Hey guys, what's going on? It's King Clutch here, and today guys, we're back in the NBA 2K20. I hope you guys are all having a great day and everything's going well for you. I'm going to be showing you guys today how you can build De'Aaron Fox here in NBA 2K20, guys. So we are going to make this build here a point guard. Obviously, De'Aaron is a point guard. Make him right-handed, number 5 the number, and the handedness doesn't really matter. You can go ahead and pick whatever you'd like. So I feel like it's obviously apparent you're going to make this build a point guard. Now, De'Aaron Fox is a slashing playmaker in this game. I feel like there's a few of these pie charts you can pick from. You can either pick the shooting and the finishing pie chart. I feel like that one's an option. But overall, I feel like the better representation of De'Aaron would be finishing in the playmaking pie chart because he is a slashing playmaker. I'm going to go with this one. This one gives us a good finishing, good playmaking stats. Our shooting stats are decent, and then our defensive stats are all right. So I'm going to go with this one here. Now, when it comes to this physical profile, I feel like speed's very important for this build, but for any build that I want to be able to get to the rim with consistently, I always love picking the speed and the vertical pie chart because this build has a 95 vertical, 92 speed. You'll still be able to get it to a 99 speed, get your gym rat badge, get your Gatorade boost. That's like a +8. So you're better off just picking the speed and the vertical because eventually you'll get that 99 speed. Overall, I just feel like that's a better option than picking the +3 to your speed, giving you a 95 speed, because your vertical is so much better with this. You get a 12 boost to your vertical, so you might as well go speed and vertical, because then you're able to, you know, be more athletic. Especially, that's my big thing, is you're more athletic with this pie chart, and you're able to get to the rim a little bit better. So I'm going to go with that one. Now, when it comes to the potential, I feel like for this build, it's apparent. I'm going to max out this close shot, my driving layup, my driving dunk. I'm going to max out my mid-range and my three-point. Now, I have the rest of these left. Now, I'll show you a few ways what you can do with this. I'm going to max out this playmaking, this pass accuracy, my ball handle. This post moves, I'm going to max out as well, and I'm going to leave it at an 82 to give us those 26 playmaking badges. We have this 171 points left. I'm going to max out my perimeter, my lateral quickness, and my steal. Now, we have 74 points left. So, on De'Aaron Fox, legitimate build, he only has 1 shooting badge. He has 4 defensive badges. So, what you can do with this is I'm going to max out my free throw. That's going to give me 6. Now, I have 46 points left. What you could do is spend these on your post fade. That's going to give you 13 shooting badges. So if you want to create more of an offensive build, I'd go with that. But if you want to make it closer to how De'Aaron actually plays, what you can do, touch up this defensive rebound a little bit to give yourself more of these. I would say you can put it at 6, and then these last 17 you can spend on your shooting to give you a 7th badge. Otherwise, you can just leave it at the 6 badges and go ahead and go 9 defensive badges. Realistically, it's more up to you. If you want to make it as close to De'Aaron, I would leave that at 4, and then these 25 I would spend on your shooting to give you 10. Realistically, I think this is almost a better option because then you're able to score a little bit better. But if you'd rather have those defensive badges over the shooting badges, you can go ahead and just add more of these on defensive rebound. It just comes to what is more your preference of what you'd rather have the badges. Me, I'd rather have mine in my post fade and be able to shoot better. I'm going to throw those there. That way we have the exact number of defensive badges he has. So I'm going to go with this, giving me 19 finishing, 10 shooting, 26 playmaking, and 4 defensive badges. But again, though that post fade and the defensive rebound, you can go ahead and mess with however you'd like. The rest of it, I would keep the same regardless. Falls to you what you're more used to. So I'm going to go with that. To the body shape, I would say De'Aaron is either compact or solid. I'm going to go compact. And you could possibly argue he'd be slight. I'm just going to go compact, but again, this body shape really makes no difference. Whatever you kind of like your players to look like is up to you. And the good thing about this build, you are going to be getting contact dunks, which is great. Now, De'Aaron Fox is listed as 6'3", so I'm going to make this build 6'3". You could make it 6'4" or 6'5" if you'd like to even boost your driving dunk higher. That does hit your steal, but I'm going to go 6'3" because that is De'Aaron's actual height. Now, he is listed online as 185. I've also seen him listed as 175, like back and forth. Either way, so you could go with either of those. I'm going to go 185. I don't want to make him 175 because then I feel like I'm going to get pushed around a lot, you know, just not being as big. But again, you could really do whatever you'd like with the weight. I'm going to go with his legitimate weight, what it says online, at 185 pounds. And then it also does say his wingspan is 78 inches even. So realistically, I would go with this 77.7 for your wingspan because you get a +1 to your shooting stats, your ball handle, your post move. You lose 1 on your steal, but you don't lose anything else. So I feel like overall that is probably the best wingspan you could do. And also if you want to, you know, keep it more average, just go in the middle, leave it where it is. But I'm going to go 77.7 for my wingspan. And now for the takeover, I really feel like you could either pick slashing or playmaking for this build. whatever you prefer. Personally, I feel like playmaking almost defines him more, but if you want the more OP build, I would go slashing. You could make an argument either way. I'm going to go slashing takeover just for how OP this takeover is this year, but you could go either or, realistically. And it really doesn't matter. Whatever you prefer, whatever you'd value playmate, go ahead and go with that one. You could go shot creating too, but I would suggest either playmaking or slashing. I'm just going to go slashing because that takeover this year is overpowered, so we're going to go ahead and go with that one. And we are going to get a slashing playmaker similar to Derrick Rose, Russell Westbrook, and Ja. Now, I know it doesn't say his name. I don't really care. This is his build. He is a slashing playmaker. His badge points were similar. Some of them we actually gave him a little bit more, which is better because, you know, this build then is therefore is better than him by your badge status, which is good. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what I would throw on for the badges for this build when we throw this up to a 99 overall. And I really do feel like this slashing playmaker is one of the better builds you can make in 2K20 this year. I just want to say this. I feel like for 2K21 on the current gen, so Xbox One, PS4 is probably going to be very, very similar to how it is this year. I wouldn't imagine they're going to touch it at all. I'd imagine they're, you know, probably putting all their efforts into the next gen, which is honestly what I would prefer. I'd rather make sure that game is good than the game that everyone's going to play for 2 or 3 months. So when it comes to these defensive badges, guys, I'm going to put Intimidator and Clamps on silver. Now what you could do is leave Clamps on actually bronze and then throw Pick Dodger on here and maybe take Intimidator down and put Pickpocket if you'd rather have them split a little bit. And you could add more defensive badges if you'd rather have less shooting. That just comes down to what you'd rather have. But I'm going to leave it like this. I brought Pick Dodger on here so at least we can get around some screens. I feel like you should need it for this build. When it comes to these shooting badges, guys, I'm going to put Quick Draw on silver. Again, that's my opinion, but you can put it whatever you're used to. So we're going to leave that there. Now I'm going to put Range Extender on gold. I feel like for shooting builds, you kind of want this. It helps space the floor out a lot. I'm going to put Difficult Shots here on silver. DRN can shoot a lot of runners, and if you feel like you're going to be shooting runners more than deep threes, you could, you know, change that around and put this on gold instead. But that's what I would do. And then I'm also going to put Deadeye here on silver, and then I'm going to put Catch and Shoot on bronze. Now what you could do instead of having Catch and Shoot, if you feel like you're going to be shooting from the corner more, to use corner, but I'm going to use Catch and Shoot just because then that will work from anywhere at all shooting the ball. This is what I would do for these shooting badges, guys. Now when it comes to these finishing badges, I feel like Contact Finisher on Hall of Fame is a no-brainer. You're going to want that. Any finishing build, you'd want to put Contact Finisher generally as high as you possibly can. It's a no-brainer, really, even if it doesn't define the player. And De'Aaron does get some contacts. It's not like Russ, as many contacts as Russ, but he can do it. Now I'm going to put Fancy Footwork here on gold. I feel like that's a no-brainer. You're obviously going to want Fancy Footwork with how OP the hop steps are this year. So that's obvious. Now I'm going to put Giant Slayer here on silver, Relentless on silver, Slithery on silver, and Consistent on silver. I feel like those are some good badges to have, and really realistically what you could do is bump all of those up to gold if you'd like. You could easily do that, and then that would use up all of your badge upgrades. But if you'd like with these last ones, what you can do is put these on Fast Break Finisher to help you get your takeover quicker if you do not have the takeover boost. That's another option. And also you could almost put Acrobat here on bronze if you feel like you're going to be shooting some fancy layups. You could definitely throw that on there and make an argument. What I'm going to do is just put all of these on gold to give us those 5 gold badges and then Hall of Fame Contact Finisher. Now when it comes to these playmaking badges, I feel like for a De'Aaron Fox build, these are pretty easy. We're going to put Handles for Days on Hall of Fame. That's a no-brainer. Quick First Step again on Hall of Fame, and Space Creator on Hall of Fame. I feel like those are pretty much my 3 favorite playmaking badges you can get in 2K20. I'm going to put Bailout here on bronze just to have it. Again, Bailout is a badge I love having. Having it on bronze makes so much of a difference from not having it. You really don't. You can put it up to silver if you feel like it's not working, but for me, I feel like it works just as well having it on silver, and I'd rather have it than not have it. It's worth that difference of having it. Now with these 13 badge upgrades left, what you can do is, I would say on this build especially, I would use Floor General. I would feel like this is going to be your main guard build, and you're going to want to have Floor General. But again, if somebody else has it, don't put it. And if they don't have it, I would use Diamond. But now with these last 9, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put Stop and Go, Tight Handles, and Impluckable all on bronze. I feel like those are badges you're going to want to have. Now, what else? I feel like De'Aaron Fox should have downhill because he's extremely quick in general, but he's even quicker with the ball. He's extremely fast. He can get around people very easily, so I'm going to put that there. Now I'm going to put Dimer on bronze. Now you're like, why do you have so many bronze badges? Again, these are just suggestions of what I feel like are good and what would fit a De'Aaron Fox build. You don't have to put all of these. You don't have to put any of them. I feel like overall these are some badges that help define him, and these would also help for a park build. It comes down to your play style. Some of these I feel like you're going to want no matter what, and that's Handles for Days, Quick First Step, and Space Creator. Those you're going to want no matter what. But these other ones, these are kind of like how I like to play, and badges I feel like help having on bronze. Now what I'm going to do with these last 4 points is I'm going to put Tight Handles and Impluckable on silver, and then I'm going to put Dimer on gold. But again, these other bronze ones, you don't need to leave them if you feel like they don't work. That's just what I like. Those are the badges I like to use. I feel like Dimer is a good badge to have, and that'll help again with floor general. You can definitely, you know, pass to your teammates and help them knock down their shots. But if you feel like your teammates can hit shots fine without Dimer, don't use it. It's more personal preference. If you feel like Dimer actually works, use it. If it doesn't, don't use it. Bailout I would keep, and again, if you put playmaking takeover instead of using this Dimer badge, I would put these on ankle breakers. What I would do. This is how I feel like you guys can create this De'Aaron Fox build here in NBA 2K20. I feel like this is a very, very good representation of him, and this slashing playmaker is one of the best builds you can make in NBA 2K20, guys. Also, if you guys want to see more NBA 2K20 builds, please subscribe to the channel, guys. I'll definitely have more of these coming in, especially for 2K21. It's been King Clutch here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Anyways, have a great rest of your day, and peace out, guys.